This is the number to the CIA.
Mailbox that has not been set up yet or that
So
is locked down.
this is the con I was telling you about.
Press 1. To enter another number, press
How
2.
is the CIA have a mailbox that's not set up? The CIA? Let's try this again. This is the number. They claim it's public affairs. Does the CIA spy on Americans? Does it keep a file? This again.
The person you are trying to reach. Voicemail box that has not been set up yet or that is locked out. To disconnect, press 1. To enter another number, press 2. Available to help you right now.
I press 0.
The
No
person you
available.
are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet or that is locked out. To disconnect, press 1. To enter another number.
So I had to record because this
you'd like
repeatedly kept
assistance,
happening,
that's
and it was
0.
impossible for me to handle my business because they were manipulating it on the other end. What she didn't want me to communicate is that they
Are you
have
still there? To disconnect,
the military and different forms of the government, they have something that can disable devices. Okay, but you compound having that capability and using it on someone in abuse. So they're able to manipulate my cell phone and disable devices, air fryers, TVs, antennas, satellites. But it's extreme if you force someone to take that in a domestic abuse crisis. So I have to take, whenever I leave here, it's probably my neighbor doing it, because whenever I leave in, even when it's at night, he rushes out. And then I have another neighbor that's guarding to make sure to watch me and monitor me when I leave. This is how my life is. And then people in my environments are enlisted to do bizarre things and play mind games. And it's the point of just trying to prove it. It's like a horror movie. So just like POF and other avenues, it's making it impossible for me to speak with someone on the line. It wants me to put in my information like POF to not ever get a call return. I did long, drawn out reports and have never had my calls returned or emails to multiple different law enforcement agencies online. Okay, so investigations, Office of Investigations, everything I go to, there's no number. Every strategy I take, they want me to write to get nowhere. I've already done reports that they never did a follow-up. I just remember this is the weekend.
This is America's Cyber Defense Agency and National Coordinator for Critical Infrastructure Security and Resilience. Please stand by for the next customer service representative.
wait while I transfer your call.
This is Victor speaking.
I'm sorry, what was your name?
Victor?
Okay, and I'm sorry, I searched you online. What is this that I'm calling?
You say you searched us online. This is that you called.
Yes, what is this that I called?
You said, what is it? This is a CISA service desk. How can I help you?
Okay, what does CISA stand for?
You said, what does CISA stand for?
Yes.
The Cybersecurity Infrastructure.
Okay, and what do you do there?
Say it again.
What do you do there?
We take cyber incidents for federal government agencies.
Okay. Well, yes, I have an abuser that has access to a lot of government technology. And I think that he's using my electronics and technology against me. And I like to report that.
You will have to report that to the FBI, miss.
Okay, what do you do on this line? What do you take reports of?
Pretty much what we do here is take cyber incidents from the government agency, not like general public. General public will be the FBI.
Okay, so I've already reported multiple things to the FBI. So you're stating that you only take it from government officials. The only people that can report cyber crimes are government officials. Is that what you're stating?
Pretty much, yes.
Well, you said pretty much. What is the other avenue in which you take reports? Because I haven't been able to report it 10 years. I'm just trying to prove it. For some reason, everywhere I'm calling repeatedly is covering for crimes. And if someone's manipulating my devices, that's further evidence of what I'm stating. For some reason, everywhere I'm calling 10 years can't legally represent me, or it repeatedly covers for crimes year after year, which is criminal. And that would be a criminal, that would be evidence of someone manipulating my electronics and my online activity. So I'm just trying to prove give evidence of what I'm stating. So if you are indeed supposed to be taking that report and then you're saying somewhat like that or being vague, then maybe you're a scammer, because I just don't foresee that everywhere I'm calling will repeatedly cover for crimes and then try to strategically place their words in an avenue to escape giving me the services that they're supposed to give me, and try to hide the fact that they are indeed have an agenda to cover for everything that I'm reporting. That would be an incredible story that I'm trying to prove. So you said that pretty much. What is the other avenue outside of the pretty much? What is pretty much? What does that mean?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be vague. That's what I'm saying is that's pretty much the whole general way of going about it. The only way to report for general public would be through the FBI, just because we don't have the jurisdiction of going into the general public and doing the investigation. We only have the jurisdiction for federal government agencies. So we wouldn't be able to take this type of cybercrime. The FBI is the only one that can take that kind of crime. Unless you go out of your way to hire a private investigator, that's a different story. But as far as here, we wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand this. So to get law enforcement, because this is the strategies that I've been getting for years. So to report multiple different felonies, it's impossible to get law enforcement regarding my child. You can't report it to CPS. The only thing you can do is get an attorney, because you can't get law enforcement. It can't be done. So what you do is you pay money for an attorney to get nowhere, because it's a catch-22. We're denying you law enforcement, so we suggest you get an attorney, and we'll continue to deny you law enforcement. So our scam is you need to get an attorney to get law enforcement, because we're not giving it to you. That way we don't get our felony charges. So instead of me doing a report, you're thinking that I need to get a private investigator to try to get as a strategy to get law enforcement. So since the United States has denied me law enforcement, which is what I'm trying to prove, you suggest that I hire someone to get the law enforcement that the United States is intentionally depriving me of, which is criminal. That's an incredible story, which I have evidence and that I'm trying to prove. So your suggestion with federal charges and all kind of criminal activity, someone abusing power and tools that the government has to play mind games in my environment, your suggestion is for me to hire an investigator as a strategy to get my own law enforcement, since it's being denied repeatedly over and over.
Hello. Can you hear me? That was just another suggestion. My original statement was that you have to report it to the FBI.
Okay, so then reporting it to the FBI, some kind of way they repeatedly cover for crimes 10 years. And then when I go in person, the police department comes and handcuffs me. I'm just trying to derive some evidence over the government. And I don't know who to call, because I tried to call the CIA and it was weird. I don't understand why the government enlists parties in gaslighting. And then I can't be in my environment alone, how they have people play on your phone and stalk you in your communities and defraud you out of funds, block you with cards. I just don't understand, and I wanted to talk to the CIA to see why the government would gaslight someone. And what kind of life experience would I have, quality of life, if I have the government playing mind games with me? And then that's an incredible story, trying to prove that someone is abusing control, the Secret Service, CIA, FBI, and being petty with you. So I have been calling 10 years, and I have to derive a YouTube channel to prove that you guys repeatedly rack up felonies and haven't been held accountable for it. Why would the government let me pay a phone bill and not let me use it? How many patterns will equal an arrest? If someone is saying the government, how does the government get scammers in their pocket to begin with that repeatedly cover for crimes 10 years and play mind games and then interrupt someone doing a report? How do you get that? That makes me really question what the government does under the radar. And maybe they're not only violating me and robbing me, maybe they're robbing other citizens. No one's done anything about them robbing me.
I'm sorry to hear that. It's just not much I can do. And as far as the other government agencies, that's different departments. So that's not really something that I would know off the back of my hand what they have going on in their own agency.
It says that you can report cyber incidents. It says that it's for civilians. It doesn't say that it's for law enforcement on your website. It says that you're being dishonest.
No, pretty much we only do cyber.
Well, I think that we need to escalate because it doesn't say that on your site, and you guys have repeatedly been dishonest with me. It's saying that you can report cyber incidents and review potential government assistance, receive potential government assistance.
And pretty much what we do is being able to direct you to where you can do this at.
I'm just really not being heard. I'm asking to escalate because I want more information that you're unwilling to give me. And I want to speak with your supervisor scammer on why you, everywhere I'm calling, won't take a report and using any kind of strategy they can to keep me from law enforcement in any kind of avenue they can and not get charges for it. If this country, it will not be under control. This is why I stated that I don't want to live here. If they're going to let someone sit on property everywhere I'm at and play these mind games, that's no quality of life for me. If they have to be at church and enlist church members in harassment and criminal activity each time I go and guard me at church to make sure I don't flee and abuse and then drag me out of them and violate me, I have no quality of life here. No one has put you guys under control that's petty. That to have someone just come over here stationed to enforce gaslighting and criminal activity. Just drop them off on property, I'm trying to prove it. So I don't know what to do. Each location, I'm trying to report crimes, I can't. It's stating online that you're supposed to take this report and you, as well as everywhere else I'm calling, don't want to incriminate people that are violating me. And I'm trying to get down to the bottom of why everyone I'm calling is doing it and all my environments. I think it may have something to do with me being guarded at church, knowing that nobody would ever believe my story. Maybe the government is being enlisted in an abusive crisis, and that's what I'm trying to prove. So I like to escalate to a supervisor, your con artist supervisor, to see why you're depriving me of a report, and it says online that you're supposed to take one. He hung up. So it's hiding the keyboard. So I typed in, it's not allowing me to use this. And now that I'm recording, it's letting me. I just did the voice thing, and then it automatically went to the CIA. So I don't know what this is. It's supposed to be cyber crimes, and then it changed to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. So I don't know what it is. They like to spin my wheels.
The Homeland Security Investigations tip line. If you have a life or death emergency, a longer wait time than normal. If you prefer not to wait on hold, you may also submit your information
and make
using
sure
the
that they know,
HSI tip line
strategize
web
on how they're going to come
located at
and not give me any kind of allow me to report,
www.ice.gov/tip.
knowing you never believe my
Please
story.
listen carefully as our menu options have violations of United States laws under the jurisdiction of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Homeland Security Investigations, commonly referred to as HSI, is the principal investigative arm of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE, a component of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. All information received on the tip line will be reviewed by appropriate personnel. HSI retains in the United States, suspected to have engaged in a fraudulent marriage for the purpose of obtaining lawful permanent residency in the United States, or an individual or group known to arrange or facilitate fraudulent marriages, press 2. To report an ICE most wanted fugitive, group suspected of involvement in terrorism or activities related to national security, press 4. To report activity consistent with human smuggling or human trafficking, press 5. To report an individual or group suspected of engaging in crimes against children, press 6. To report customs violations, including smuggling of cash, drugs, immigration violations, including benefit fraud,
Human rights
including visa fraud, illegal aliens suspected to be involved in or convicted of crimes, production or use of fraudulent documents, previously removed illegal aliens, and illegal aliens who are suspected to have ignored or evaded an order of deportation or removal, and all other immigration-related crimes, press 8. Press 9 to repeat this menu.
Okay, so it said human rights violations, and then it changed to immigration.
The
And
Homeland
then
Security
altered
Investigations
documents.
Hotline is for reporting crimes and
But it says
violations
right
of United
here, that's
States
why I
laws
record the
under
automated system,
jurisdiction of the
because
U.S.
it's
Department of Homeland
manipulated.
Security.
So Office of Civil
Homeland
Rights
Security
Compliance.
Investigations, commonly
But
referred
then
to
they're
as
trying to calm
HSI,
that it's only
is
for
the principal
immigration
investigative arm of
to
Immigration
exclude me
and
from
Customs
it.
Enforcement, also known as ICE, a component of the U.S. Department of Homeland
So let's
Security.
try 8.
Investigations tip line. If you have a life or death emergency,
So I
please hang up and
push
dial
8.
911. Your information is very important to us. We are currently experiencing a longer wait time than normal. We are only accepting phone calls Monday time. If you are calling when we are not accepting phone calls, you may submit your information
Now
using
they're
the
closed
HSI
after
tip
all the
line web
insanity.
tip form located at
Okay, wait a minute. If the call, if the wait time is normal than higher than normal, then why are you now closed? So is it you're closed, or I have to wait higher than a longer wait time? How many people are waiting on a closed day? This is why I have to record these automated systems, knowing that you'd never believe my story. It hung up. It hung up on its own. When it got caught and committing the crime, it just hung up. They're not on my phone. Why would I lie? And then it's making it blurry so you can't see the time. I mean, I want to leave. I want to leave. And I was an avid believer in this country, but if they can rob you blind, keep you from using your air fryer, keep you from your kids, and have someone openly stalk you, communities of people, violate you at church, where you don't have freedom of religion, control everyone you talk to, everything you do, it's just too much. If when I'm here reading alone, I get 15, 20 texts and mind games and my device is blowing up to distract and interrupt peace. If I have to get dressed in my closet and not a damn thing's done, why am I here?